Oliver's hanging out in the beanbag chair like a good boy.
Oh, good. Nyx is harassing me.
Love it,
Uh,
yes. Not attacking the lights for once.
That's good. I I'm trying to think of the right way to put it. I have made some excellent purchases that I am very overjoyed about because I feel like it's part of the I'm gonna go ahead and say like clothing revolution because I was in need of some new like running tights, like the pants.
Leggings is what I would call
Well,
those.
they're referred to as running tights because
Whatever.
leggings are like a thinner material. These are look just like spandex pants essentially. Um, but I needed some new ones. I haven't gotten any in a while, and my elastic was nowhere out of it. So I was like, okay, I'm gonna go get some new tights, and they make them with cell phone sized pockets now, which I've been aware of course, for some time,
You just haven't
but
had a pair?
correct. Um, and I was like, this is an opportunity not only to replace the ones that I need to replace, but also to get ones with pockets. And so I'm in the fitting room trying on, trying them on, putting my phone in the pocket and testing it out. And I'm like, man, what a time to be alive. Like, why did it take them so long to figure that out? Like, hey, women enjoy pockets. Maybe
I
you should put
mean,
them in place.
the legging does predate the cell phone,
Yeah, but that doesn't mean
but
you don't need
still.
pockets for other things. Because, like, well, most of them do have like a little key pocket in the waistband,
Yeah,
at
but that's
least.
just so sad. That's nothing.
Yeah, but at least they're like, oh, maybe sometimes if they're out for a run, they need like somewhere to put their house key or their car key. Yeah, yeah, we do. But I mean, they really should have had pockets before this.
You're completely correct. However, I do want to say one of the things I love about my bike is that I can have my little saddle bag where I
Yeah,
just can have everything. It's wonderful. Love her.
yeah. I mean, I have like waist packs and stuff like that that are specifically made for running that don't bounce and all that sort of thing. I just feel so dorky wearing them.
See, I
And
don't really
like
know how to help you there because my only advice is actual fashion advice. It's not going to help you when you're running.
fashion advice.
Yeah, the whole fanny pack as crossbody bag trend.
Oh, I don't think that would work very well with running though.
That's what I'm saying. It's
Yeah.
fashion advice. It's not practical advice.
Yeah, I did a race on Saturday, and like while we were waiting for it to start, I saw a girl like put her phone in her side pocket, and I was so jealous because like not only does she not have to wear the stupid like waist pack thing, but so easily accessible. She can just pull it right out whenever she wants. Meanwhile,
Yes,
mine like
yes.
barely fits, and I have to like wrestle it out. It's supposed to be use the touchscreen through it, but it doesn't work very well.
Rip.
But I got 4 pair of
Oh
tights. I know you
no.
hate it. That's why I paused for dramatic effect. 4 pairs
Thank
of
you.
tights, including a pair that is fleece lined for my upcoming winter trail racing.
Woohoo! Well, that's
So yeah,
fun.
feeling real fancy.
I love looking forward to just I love I love buying things online. I love getting packages. It really does brighten my day.
Yeah, I sometimes worry I have a bit of an addiction to it.
You know, listen, in this economy, whatever gets the dopamine flowing.
Yep, yep, that's the way I see it. It brings me joy, even if it's something like just stupid, like
Hmm.
not even a thing that's enjoyable, but just like a necessity. I'm like, oh, cool.
Yes, I get a package, TM. That's what it's all about at this point in my life.
Uh huh. That's all I really want most days.
So the other day you informed me of an absolutely glorious thing that they are making a sequel to Face Off.
Yeah, that really caught me off guard.
I, we need to start talking about this so much, just like loudly and in public being the internet, that we get invited to the premiere.
Be so amazing. Which I just can't. Did you read the article I sent?
I did.
Yeah, I mean, so just the premise of it sounds
And I
so
can link
absolutely.
that article for anyone who may be curious.
Yeah, it just kind of popped up on one of my social media feeds, and I was like, that's a joke, right? I actually looked at the calendar to make sure it wasn't April 1st. Like, that was my level of confusion in that moment.
That's fair.
Um, but especially because, like, Nicolas Cage's character dies in the end of Face Off. Sorry, spoiler for a movie from like 25 years ago.
We also talked about it on stream, so if you
Yeah.
haven't seen it at this point, that's on you.
So you know they gotta like bring him back from the dead somehow.
Or he like
Which,
faked his death.
yeah, it very much fits the brand,
Oh,
you know.
100%.
Um, but my favorite part of the whole article is where they say they will be repeatedly swapping faces with their fathers and each other. Like, this is the easiest process in the world.
Again, we need to be so loud and annoying about this on the internet that people notice.
I just, oh, man, because like it's a long process. They don't just change the face; they change the whole face structure, and they change like body
I
hair.
cannot even begin to imagine the film, like the fake science that they're gonna use to explain this shit.
Oh yeah, because we've advanced 25 years.
Precisely.
Oh god.
Oh
So,
my god, it's gonna be so amazing. Again,
uh,
yeah, whoever is watching this, tell your friends. I don't know. Just get us on the front page of Twitter or something. Get us on the front page of the Bird app.
we gotta get Nick Cage's attention.
We need to get Nick precisely. We need to get Nick Cage's attention.
John Travolta, I'm not. John Travolta, I'm not as concerned about.
I really, truly do not give a fuck.
Yeah. Don't say that. We want to get here. We gotta make noise. I love every person in the cast. I don't even know who's in it except two of them.
That's fair.
But it said it was like their kids. So his daughter, John Travolta's daughter in the movie, who like stabs Nicolas Cage in the leg. Excellent.
Amazing.
And then Nicolas Cage's son that they adopted as a replacement son.
Oh yeah, I forgot about how could I forget about Replacement Son?
Those are the two kids that swap faces with each other and their dads.
Oh, this is gonna be insane.
And so like yeah, biologically he's Castor Troy's son in the movie, but like mostly raised by their family.
Yeah,
Oh,
yeah.
dynamics.
This is gonna be wild. I can already
Yeah,
feel it.
yeah. I think it's going to be so above and beyond first
You
movie.
know, as it should be.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, it's absolutely ridiculous. I love the article also starts out by saying something like, "It's objectively not a good
Yeah, it's
movie,
not
but it is a
good,
perfect."
but it's if you're talking about vibes only,
Yeah, you're looking to
perfection.
have a good time. You'll have a good time.
You will very much have a good time. I'm gonna go slightly out of order on the list just because I'm thinking about this one in light of the fact that you are coming to hang out this coming weekend, which will have already happened by the time this airs. Um, and honestly, multiple things about this. One, I think it's going to be very interesting because we are the two just like opposite styles of like being
Existing.
exist that, but also like in particular of like being affectionate towards one's cat. Because you're all like, oh, my sweet little princesses, I love them so much. And I like am here every day calling him a dickhead as I scoop him up to cuddle him. And
But I mean, that's so
I just think that's gonna be fun.
yeah. Yeah, I don't wonder how he'll react to the way I talk to him because you know I'm going to talk to him just like I talk to my cats.
Of course, as you should. I don't know. We'll see.
He will instantly be my cute little baby.
He is my cute little baby, but he's also a little shit, and I love him. Um. Oh, I have a doorknob now. I fixed
Yay!
I fixed it myself like a big girl. Because
Oh,
remember
wow.
how I told you that I bought a doorknob but then didn't fit
Yeah.
the bedroom door? So the other day I realized I was like, oh, the gap between the door and the door jamb is a little wider in the bathroom. So I took the
Mhm.
bathroom doorknob out. I put in the one that I had initially purchased to replace the bedroom doorknob that just simply did not exist. And it fit, so I put the bathroom doorknob on my bedroom door. And now all
Um,
of the doors in my apartment are fully functional.
okay.
I was very proud of
Of course.
myself.
Yeah. That's exciting. Yeah. People are always asking me why I like insist on doing things myself when I should probably hire people.
Absolutely
But
not.
you get to learn things and it's so satisfying. Like,
Precisely. You don't get the satisfaction otherwise. Ooh, I
yeah,
forgot to turn off my watch
like,
noises. Whoopsies.
having just changed out the entire shell of my Nintendo Switch, I didn't realize until after I'd already done it that the page for the shell that I bought specifically says you need high electronics experience and knowledge to do it. And it was
You're
like, should I?
insane.
Yeah, I was like, maybe should I have hired? But I did it, and it works great.
I mean, this
I
is
learned a
true,
lot.
but like, what if it didn't? Is my thing. Like, what if you fucked up your Switch?
I mean, I've already voided the warranty on it by doing that, so.
I mean, yeah, but still.
But see, if I did mess it up, then that would just be another challenge to try to figure out how to fix it. Because I would.
Oh, I would just be like, I would just be really mad.
Just like I fixed my own treadmill, changed out the belt, like I fixed my own dryer, and
Okay,
everything
well,
I do. I learned
the fixing the dryer that didn't go great for you. Technically, the dryer did work again, but was it worth it?
because I have a working dryer.
Yeah,
My
and you also had
working
a
dryer.
concussion.
Yeah, but that could have happened doing anything.
Oh my god! Didn't you also hurt yourself fixing the treadmill?
I think so.
I swear there was a treadmill related injury with you.
Not that I remember, but it's possible I've repressed it.
Happens to the best of us.
I did finger gouge for the when I was changing the switch.
It's a
But
miracle you're still standing.
but I've learned so many things. Like I had no idea what the insides of my treadmill looked like. Now I have intimate knowledge of them. I know nothing about electronics, but I detached and reattached a whole bunch of like little ribbony things in there and unplugged and plugged back in little antennas and
Oh, that's terrifying. That would have made me so. No. No, thank you. No, thank you.
I was afraid to. I was like, man, I'm gonna be so afraid to turn this back on, like, once I'm done.
Yeah.
So fortunately, I accidentally turned it back on because I was just like pressing the buttons to make sure I had them like where they were supposed to be and they were responsive. I was like, oh wait, I just pushed the power button and it turned on just fine.
I
It
mean,
wasn't fully put back together.
okay. Yeah, okay.
So, but now I can like show it to people and be like, look what I did.
That is always a satisfying thing. I will give you that.
People keep
Um,
thinking that I put a case on it. I'm like, no, I didn't put a case on it. I took the entire outside of the Switch off and put a new one on.
snaps
They're
for
like, wait, what?
snaps for Brooks.
Yeah.
Um. Okay, yeah. Let's do this thing that requires visuals because we're bullying our audio listeners again. Sorry, we love
Yeah.
you.
Well, I think this is easy enough to explain.
Yeah, here. I'm sending this to. No, why do I always click exit full screen when all I want is show chat? Ooh. I had the chat like popped way out because the other day we were doing PRND watch party again. Anyway, Twitter user at Nathan W. Pyle has come up with a game for us, and the game, according to the man himself, is called Ectano, Ectano. Explore, consume, take a nap on. And I just realized that when I am looking at this on Discord, it does not show that he is quoting his own tweet, so I do not have the original tweet to read. One moment, please.
I have it.
Oh, okay, then please go ahead.
So it just says you're a 1/4 inch tall. you have to choose 3 foods. One to explore, one to consume, one to take a nap on. And then we have the various food items.
We've got
So list the food items.
yeah, and they're all like the emoji versions of said items. So we've got like the block of cheese, a waffle, a donut, a piece of cake with a strawberry on it, a little stack of pancakes, some grapes, a little like Winnie the Pooh honey pot, a cupcake with vanilla frosting and what appear to be rainbow sprinkles. Hell yeah. A burrito, pepperoni pizza, a would that be like a single little stalk of broccoli? I don't know.
Yeah, could have called a broccoli floret.
Oh, you and your fancy words. Um, and a loaf of bread.
Mm-hmm. I feel like I would add a little bit of clarification on a few of those. Like, for example,
Go
the
for
loaf
it.
of bread is sliced, right? So you're not just dealing with only crust. There is a part that has been sliced off, so you can access the inside of the bread. I feel like that's important.
Okay, yeah, that is important.
Yeah. The grapes are in a bunch still.
Mm-hmm.
The pancakes have syrup and butter on them.
And the
And the
burrito
cheese was
is wrapped in foil, partially.
yes. 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 So amongst these, we have to choose one to explore, one to consume, and one to take a nap on.
I mean, I'm taking a nap on that bread, hands
See,
down.
yeah, no, that I feel like that's the really obvious answer. And in looking at some of the replies to this, like pretty much everybody seemed to think that that was the obvious
Oh yeah, absolutely. Like, what else are you gonna
because
do?
yeah, I mean, some of these other things are nice and soft. Like I'm sure the pancakes are very fluffy, but they're going to be sticky.
Yeah, they're gonna be
That's not
sticky.
mentioned the syrup part. Yeah. So I don't think you really want that. Yeah, and I think really anything else if you lay on it is going to get you sticky or greasy or it's
Oh
going to
yeah.
be hard.
I want to
So yeah,
explore that hunk of cheese because it's like a Swiss cheese block. So it's got all the fun little like caves and tunnels.
see, I thought about it that way, but like, yeah, I mean, I guess that was my initial thought as well. I feel
You sound
like
so resigned to it.
I know because I don't like picking the obvious ones. Like I want, you know,
You know, sometimes that's just how it is.
somebody did, in the replies did point out that the broccoli would be kind of fun because it'd be like a
Oh, it would
forest.
be like a giant tree. Yeah,
Yeah,
that would be kind
it's
of
like yeah,
cool.
that'd be kind of cool. Yeah, I would enjoy that a lot. Um, I feel like the pizza, especially if it's hot and greasy, would be fun because it'd be like jumping over little pools of grease, like
It'd
hot
be
lava or something.
like a weird like moonscape. I think.
Yeah,
I don't know. This is
yeah,
just me making a guess. Um,
I feel like the waffle would be fun to climb between the little.
yeah.
Too. Yeah, I mean, he did a. I don't know if you saw the author of the tweet did a little poll for each thing.
Oh, I love it. I did not respond to that. I didn't even realize. Um,
So,
I mean, here's the thing. Like any of these items, I'm pretty happy to snack on.
mm-hmm.
It's just a matter of like what the vibe is that day. Currently, I could go for that sweet, sweet cake with a strawberry on it. That'd be baller.
Yeah, well, I guess it depends on the context a little bit because, like, yeah, if you're just looking for something enjoyable to snack on, I'm probably gonna go cupcake because you get the cake part, you get the icing, and you get fun sprinkles. Like I like to imagine having a giant sprinkle.
That does sound
You know?
lovely.
But the burrito is the more practical choice because you got a variety of different things in there,
Hmm.
and you wouldn't necessarily get sick. Like if you get sick of like the beans, then you have like some guac or whatever, isn't it? So
Yeah, I mean,
practically,
I'm gonna say whatever you're feeling like snacking on at the moment is the correct choice.
yeah.
But I think, as far as I'm concerned, the correct choice for napping is the bread. That's it. There is
Yeah.
no other
Yep.
answer. And
Yep.
best choices for exploring, probably the cheese or the broccoli.
Hmm. Yeah, the I actually voted in the polls that he did. They're closed now, but
Aw,
I
rip.
voted in yesterday.
Noise.
So for each of them, like he did an initial poll and then narrowed it down to the top four and had people vote from those.
Ooh, fun. So like a bracket. There we go.
Yeah,
Words.
little bracket. So as far as explore, the most popular was the cheese at
Hell
42%.
yeah.
Broccoli was second at 35%.
Nice.
Pancakes, it's very tiny. I'm having trouble seeing it. I think that's the pancake at 12%, and then grapes at 11%.
Alright, yeah.
Then,
That
as
tracks.
far as consume, 38% chose the burrito. That is the top choice.
Alright.
33% chose the pizza, because, yeah, of course.
Of course.
21% chose the donut. And 8% chose the honey. I feel like that's weird. Just gonna eat big jar of honey
Uh,
out of all those
you
things.
know, sometimes the vibe is Winnie the Pooh, and that's fine.
Yes.
I'm not here to judge people.
Yeah. And then there's a very clear mandate as far as the take a nap on.
Bread.
With bread at 57%.
Shocker. Again, the pancake's like acceptable, but
Yeah.
if it was not covered in like butter and syrup.
Yeah. The pancakes are second at 27%, waffle at 13%, and then cheese at 3%. You can get yourself a nice little nook thing,
You could.
maybe.
Here's the thing though, if you're 1/4 of an inch tall, like if you were if you were still like shrunk to some degree, but not that small, I feel like the waffle would have that like grid mattress thing going on for it. Like you know the purple mattress, it's like a little grid on the
Oh,
inside of like the squishy stuff. I feel like it might have that going on for it if you were still diminutive but larger. So like if you
yeah.
were like 8 to 10 inches tall,
Yeah.
maybe a waffle could slap. Maybe that would be an excellent
Yeah.
napping surface, but
I
1/4 of an
believe
inch? No.
I believe
No, no.
somebody did point that out on there by showing a picture of somebody laying on, I think it was a purple mattress, in fact,
Hell yeah.
but a waffling mattress. They're like, yeah, so clearly it's the waffle. But
Can't argue
again,
with that.
syrup and butter on it.
There's nothing on the waffle though.
There
Or
isn't.
at least not in the little emoji version that we are presented with.
Um, in the smaller ones on the votes, there was.
Oh, I don't know.
I think that's why I was getting confused. Yeah. For some reason, in the small ones he did for the votes, there is.
Hmm. Interesting.
Yeah. You ever
Um,
seen the movie Honey, I Shrunk the Kids?
I have seen Rick Moranis is in that, right?
Yeah.
Hell yeah, king. I have seen most of it, not the entire thing though, and I don't even know why. I just think we didn't finish it for whatever reason.
Yeah, I mean, this reminds me of that so much because, like, you get presented with all these questions like, tiny food morsel that's like gigantic and they're like pulling off chunks of it and eating it. And
Hell yeah.
like they find a Lego and then they curl up inside the little like holes in the Lego to sleep
Oh
and
my god, I
stuff.
love it. Wait, what?
Yeah.
Oh,
That's what I was thinking
is
about the cheese
is
curling
that
up in.
under the was I mean everything's under the Disney label now because we live in a corporate monopoly, but when that was released, was that a Disney film?
Maybe, I'm not sure. I
Because
think
I
it was.
swear my uncle used to live in Florida, so when my sister and I were younger, my parents like we would go down to visit him over like spring break, and we went to a couple theme parks, and I'm trying to remember which park it is that for a while, I don't know if this even exists anymore, had like a Honey I Shrunk the Kids like playground type vibe going on. That was just a playground that just made it look like everything was gigantic like the movie.
Yeah, that
Just
seems
a
quite
tiny
likely.
anecdote, doesn't really matter.
Yeah.
Anyway, um here's a thing that I've probably brought up before, maybe on the podcast, maybe not. But do you ever get sad about the fact that we as the public will probably never hear about the perfect crime because they'll get away with it?
Yeah, I think about that all
And
the
I don't
time.
mean like the actual realistic perfect crime, which is just like capitalism essentially. I mean like a fun perfect crime, like like a Robin Hood heist type vibe.
Like stealing from the
Like
rich.
stealing from the rich. Yeah. Like if anyone were to ever execute the perfect like robbing Ebenezer Scrooge type beat, we're probably never gonna hear about it because they got away with it.
I
This
feel like in
makes
the
me
news,
so genuinely sad.
I feel like in the news they're always throwing that around like it was the perfect crime, and I'm like, if it was, we wouldn't know
We
about it,
wouldn't know.
man.
And it makes
Like,
me so sad that we won't know about it.
yeah, yeah, we won't know the level of genius. The especially if it is a Robin Hood situation, we won't get to know about them sticking it to the man, so
I
to speak.
know. Ugh.
Unless they put it in the news that like, hey, this person had like, $2 million stolen from them, but it
Or
was
if
the
they do it
perfect
like
crime.
years later and like, they're already off doing whatever. Like they've fully gotten away with it and they just have like some anonymous note sent into a newspaper and it's like, by the way, we stole $1 billion in random fees from, Jeff Bezos or whatever. God, that'd be amazing.
I mean, now that I think about it, like there are a lot of crimes people, even if it was the perfect crime in the sense that you did everything to prevent yourself from getting caught and they can never know who you are, we're still going to know about the crime in a lot of cases, right? Because money will have gone missing, somebody will have died.
I think the most perfect crime would be to just steal money from billionaires by like hiding it as like random like service fees.
Mm.
Cause who the hell's gonna know? Who's gonna
Yeah, they,
check? Who's gonna follow up? Nobody.
unless they have like an army of accountants that are like,
Even then.
but like trying to save every possible penny, they might question everything.
The IRS does not audit rich people because it is too difficult. You could so easily just like, again, random like, just like random little surcharges. No one would ever notice.
So, in your definition of a perfect crime, we can't know that a crime has even been committed.
I mean, this
Like,
is one of the perfect crimes that I can think of that is non-violent.
yes, but like, I mean, it seems like you're saying that that's like a criterion for it, though. Like, is that we can't even know that a crime has been committed. Like, that's actually a requirement for it to be a perfect crime.
Actually, I don't know about that. Maybe we. You're right. Maybe we can.
Because, I mean, likewise, you could just have somebody who hacks into an account and steals a bunch of money at once, but they leave no trace and can never be caught. Is that still a perfect crime because we know about it,
Yeah.
but they did everything else right?
Yeah. Okay.
So I
No.
guess.
So I don't think the criteria is never knowing about it. Then.
So I mean, so it's possible that the perfect crime has been committed in the sense that there are people that have gotten away with stuff like over time where they're just like, yeah, we have no idea, you know. Yeah, I mean, technically, even like somebody like DB Cooper,
I was
like he,
literally just about to bring up DB Cooper.
like technically we know who did
Same
it, but
brain.
like
But do
it
we?
still it still bothers people like to this day.
Wait, do we
They
actually
never
have
know
a
what
positive
happened.
ID on the individual, or do like just that we are aware that this happened?
I mean, I thought that it was pretty certain.
I don't know. Google DB Cooper. DB
Because like
Cooper solved? Question mark.
he stole all that money and jumped out of a plane.
Which, like, God, what a move.
That was the unsolved part, was that they never found out where he landed or what happened to him.
DB Cooper expert says new evidence points to person of interest.
But like, then where does the story come from that he stole the money and jumped out of a plane? Like, I thought that that was undisputed.
Oh, that it happened? Yeah. Like, that those are the events as far as we know? Yes. I wonder if last podcast has ever covered DB Cooper.
I believe they've talked about doing it.
They
Because I know
should.
I've heard them mention it at some point.
Hell yeah.
I'm sure they got quite a backlog of ideas.
Oh yeah, shocker. Yeah,
Yeah,
I
but I
don't
mean,
know.
something like that. We so depending, we may know who did it, but like still, he got away with it. Who knows? Maybe he did just die and jumped out of the plane and never.
I mean,
That's
that
why no
is
one found him.
highly
But
likely.
yeah, but it's also possible that he just got away, changed his identity, and living on
It
his own
is
somewhere.
so wild to me, especially like when covering old true crime cases, that there are definitely a couple out there of like, oh, missing persons or whatever, where it's like they could have just left.
Yeah,
Like in like the 70s, they could have just been like, nah, just left. You could do that.
yeah.
You
I
you
mean,
know,
yeah,
skip town, shave your beard, that
yeah.
type of shit. Who's gonna
But
know?
it's better to investigate it just in case.
I mean, just in case, obviously, but like there's a couple cases where it's like, what if they were just like, what if they just dipped because they felt like it?
Yeah, there's a podcast I listen to called True Crime Garage,
So you've
and they
said,
yeah, they do a lot of missing persons cases, a lot of unsolved ones. But every once in a while they'll cover one where it's like it's pretty clear to me based on the evidence that that person intentionally left or maybe even killed themselves and just they never found the body like by jumping in a river or something.
yeah,
But because they never found the body or anything, they're like, oh, I don't know. And it's like,
mm,
this guy Googled like best bridge to jump off of, and then you found his car by a bridge, like that kind of thing.
pretend I do not see it.
Yeah,
But
it's
yeah,
like,
again, it's so wild to me that that there was a time when you could theoretically just pop up in like a new city and be like, all right, that's it.
yeah,
Nobody knows me. No one can find me. Like, what?
yeah. They didn't require like insane documentation of everything
Oh my
and
god, I know.
social
Literally,
security.
like reading like On the Road, for example,
Yeah.
insane. I'm like, you could
Mhm.
get away. I mean, like obviously you couldn't, but like you could get away with anything.
Carl Panzram.
Precisely. It's insane. It's
Yeah,
absolutely insane.
yeah,
So maybe we will hear about the perfect crime someday.
yeah, yeah.
I hope we do, and I hope it's a crime that really sticks it to the man because those are the best ones.
Today I just watched the new Netflix documentary about the hatchet-wielding hitchhiker. That is the title of the documentary.
That's fun. Not
Yeah,
actually, but
yeah. I don't know if you're familiar with the guy Kai. He had like that viral video like almost 10 years ago where he was hitchhiking and this guy picked him up and then the guy decided to like run somebody over with his car. And so Kai, the hitchhiker, got out of the car and like hit him with a hatchet. And
Jesus.
and so he had this like viral interview afterwards where he was talking about it. Um, and so it spread all across the internet. It was in all these memes and stuff. He went on Jimmy Kimmel, and then um, the police couldn't find him because he was a homeless transient, and so he was just kind of going from place to place, didn't have an address or anything, until he went on Jimmy Kimmel, and Jimmy Kimmel tweeted that he was going to be on the show, and so the FBI showed up to the show
Oh my
to
god.
take him into custody because he was a key witness, and he also hit a guy multiple times with a hatchet. Um, but then a few months later, he actually did murder somebody, and so he's in jail now.
This is like the only which is this is such a weird like connection for my mind to be drawing because I was not cognizant of this at the time it occurred, and the thing I'm about to mention I was not even alive for. But Bernie Getz,
Oh, I know that name.
he like it was the 1970s when like New York City was like bad, and like all and like particularly the subways. I don't remember all the exact details, but he like was conceal carrying a pistol or something, and the story I think initially I could be getting this totally wrong, But the story, I think, initially was that he was, like, getting mugged or something, and he shot somebody in self-defense, but then it turns out that he was, like, waiting for this. I will, like, provide,
Well,
like, the Wikipedia link to the actual case, so anyone who's interested can get a legitimate overview.
wait, what was the name again?
Bernie Getz.
Man, I've been going documentary crazy on Netflix.
I love a good documentary.
Oh, he shot 4 people.
Yeah,
All right, in 1984,
there we go.
3 days before Christmas.
Shit,
Huh.
dog.
Yeah, never mind. I don't think I do know this case. I'm opening up the Wikipedia page to look at it later, though.
Noise.
Which I have another one open for a bank robbery that was mentioned on an episode of last podcast I was listening to the other day.
Oh, I love a good bank robbery.
Yeah, it seems like a particularly insane case that they're going to cover in the future.
Hell yeah. I've been working my way through the backlog of, like, last podcast interviews now that I am a Patreon subscriber, and I have finally gotten to the I've finally gotten to, like, the good pud videos where it's just, like, Henry and Jackie and Natalie just, like, trying different pudding. It's fun.
Which, like, how could there be multiples of this?
Yeah, there's like 5 of them. Oh, love it. Okay, our final thing is an activity. And I sure hope you saw what the activity was before I'm telling you about it just now. So that you
I
thought about it
did.
maybe a little tiny bit?
I did.
Yes! Okay, great. I was proud of myself for actually getting things in people's digital inboxes well before starting the episode. I was really proud of myself for that. So our final activity is we are going to make a playlist together, and the theme of the playlist is essentially the title, and the title is Songs to Fight God To. So let me pull up Spotify here and share my screen with you. There we are.
That sounds so much.
What?
I love that sound so much.
Oh, the Discord.
I can't do it.
To fight God. You know what? Let me move the window over here so OBS will actually record it. Alright, yes. Songs to Fight God To. Can we think of a fun, snappy little description, or are we not gonna bother?
Snappy description. I mean, this playlist was your idea, and I would actually like to know what your definition of it is.
Literally a song that makes you feel like you could defeat God himself in hand-to-hand combat.
Okay. Okay. Well, I mean, isn't that the description then?
I'm just gonna put in a Denny's parking lot.
Okay. Different direction, but all right.
But, and again, you win. Like, that is, like, that is imperative. These are songs to fight God to and win.
Okay.
So, like, I immediately have one. I don't know if anybody's gonna know it, but the song, My Body by Volbeat, if that song was playing on loop, I could fight God and win in under 30 seconds.
Nice. What makes you say that? Like, what is it about the song? The lyrics?
Such a vibe. Like, so high energy and yeah, like the problem is I don't know, like, music theory words to describe why certain patterns in music make me feel a certain way, but
Mhm.
it's very high energy, it's very upbeat. It just it makes me feel powerful. I think that song should be featured in like uh, it's just it gives me big vibes of like, oh, ragtag band of thieves found family, kicking ass, taking names. God, I love it. And this is just me like this is essentially me playing like a word association game, but like there you have it. I could fight God and win if this song was playing. Thank you. Does that give you any thoughts?
Yeah, I mean, I did see the thing about this playlist, and I thought about it, and I was correctly understanding the point, and I kept going through different songs in my head where it's like, yeah, you know, when I feel, listen to the song, I feel really amped up, but it's always in such a positive way that I don't want to like, I don't want to fight people. I just want to like hang out with people,
Okay.
you know, with my sort of struggle.
I mean,
Mm.
I guess we could kind of tweak the definition of like songs that make you feel powerful enough to fight God if you had to.
Yeah, I was just actually looking at my own Spotify for inspiration.
Have you been looking at our Spotify blend playlists lately? Not even listening to them, just like looking, because
I actually
it
did,
changes every day.
yeah, I looked the other day briefly.
Every single day as you go down that playlist, every single song is just another punch to the face.
Why is that?
Because it's the mix of genres and artists and like there's just so much happening. There's no cohesiveness to it whatsoever. Because
Yeah, a little bit chaotic.
it'll be like Perma, Ghost, original Broadway cast of Beetlejuice the musical, and then like there's just so much happening.
Mm. Yeah.
There's just so much happening. Anyway, yes, please. Suggestions.
Um, I'm gonna go with a punk classic
Love it.
by a band called Stiff Little Fingers.
Why is it
They
called that?
are a legendary punk band. They're
Clearly, I
like,
know nothing. Continue.
yeah. In certain circles, if you even suggested you knew who they were, they'd be like, "Oh my god." But it's a song called "Nobody's Hero."
Cool.
Um, just something about it, which I guess I'm sort of following you in the sense that I doubt anyone has heard this.
That's fair. Okay, the fact that in the suggestions one of the options was just Nobody's Perfect by Hannah Montana, like, God, what a vibe.
I love that it's giving us recommended songs now.
Yeah.
And three of the four I can see are Gaslight Anthem songs, which I also love Gaslight Anthem, but that's just odd.
Why is it not giving me the little yes, find more? Jesus. Anyway, I love how you add two songs and it automatically, like, takes that off of the screen. It's like, no, we're not done
Yeah,
here.
that's all I wanted, two songs.
We're not done here. Um,
Have you shared this playlist with me?
oh no, I should do that. Man, that would have been smart.
I'm sure you have other thoughts, but I'm also generating thoughts.
Hold on, can I do that on here? No, don't make me. Fine, fine, I will do it in chat. Jesus. Anyway, she's all yours.
Bitchin'.
I'm just trying to think of stuff that. Actually, you know what? Come on, Eileen.
Okay.
Which, like, Is that some of the most basic songs that excite the white folk type vibes? Yes, but I don't care. Also, that gigantic playlist that is just called Songs That Excite the White Folk, not a single miss on there. You put that on at any barbecue, people will lose their minds.
Yeah, I think the problem that I have is like any songs that I would uh pick are ones that people don't really know.
This is just gonna be Bridget and Brooks alienate their audience, which is fine. Because frankly, we've been doing that for God knows how many episodes now.
That's so true. I'm looking for no.
I sent it to you in the
Oh.
Discord chat. Does that help?
No, I was trying to look for oh, there we go. I was looking for the add to library button so I could
Fun.
there we go.
Oh, you know what?
I'm
Let
on
me
top of it now, so I
look.
could go to another playlist and actually be able to get back to that one.
Let me look on one of our other blend playlists because I feel like there's got to be some good, like not the like official Spotify blend, just like stuff we made together.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like that is gonna have some good suggestions.
I feel like there are songs I would put on there that I would be I'm ashamed to admit them. So
I mean, I'm gonna say don't be a little bitch.
well, I mm,
Oh Lord, Foxy Shazam, what are we doing, bestie?
yeah, I thought about that one before.
We are better than this.
That's one that you can belt out, you know.
There's so many songs called Oh Lord. Where is it? Thank you.
Pretty much nearly any song by The Color and Sound, which I wish they'd made more.
Rip.
They had like no, I guess they've only done like a handful of EPs and singles, which is very sad. I am a
Oh,
How about
girl.
Shark Fighter?
Absolutely Shark Fighter. Are you kidding me? Banger. What was I just gonna say? Welcome to the Black Parade.
Oh, I thought about that. I passed it. I just found what I believe to be an obvious one.
Hit me with it.
Found and Lost, otherwise known as the banana fish.
We are. Where is it?
They have it as an ampersand. Oh, yeah, it's the second one.
Haha, got it.
Yeah, I'm just looking through one of my running playlists right now because, like, I choose those songs for my running playlist because they get
Square Hammer. Could easily fight God and win.
So it's funny that it was recommending Gaslight Anthem songs because there is actually a Gaslight Anthem song I would put on there.
Do tell.
The title of it is like, I don't. Do I have the ability to add to this? I don't.
You should be able to.
No, because I don't think I'm a collaborator on it.
Hold up. If I collaborate, fine, fine. Send it again. Keep it. Keep the struggle.
I mean, it's showing it as opening it, but it doesn't show me as collaborator.
I sent you a collaborator link. I don't know if that is going to help.
Let me see.
We're killing it, as always.
Yep. Because interesting.
Just
Wonder if I look at it from this side. Hold on. Hold the phone. Man, great songs.
noted.
All right, let me see if I from the song I can do it add to playlist. Oh, I can. All right, there we go.
My microphone is like right in front of one half of my screen because that is the optimum position for picking up my voice, but that is really hindering me right now. Okay, yeah, cool.
I also think it's very important to put a particular Say Anything song on there.
Is it Every Man Has a Molly?
No, they have so many that I would love to put on there because he gets so very
Angie?
yeah, I guess. But this particular song, this is from the same album as Every Man Has a Molly. It's
Yes.
their technically their second one, but everybody ignores their first one because it was not good. So
Noted.
that is their first album. Um, but that's one that always amps me up because, like in the chorus, he says, "This is something I have to do for myself,"
Oh,
like
banger.
over and over, and it just very.
Oh, Electric Feel.
Okay.
Electric Feel.
You've accidentally pushed like playing songs.
Hmm?
I keep accidentally playing songs.
Oh.
Oh, the you enjoy that Architecture in Helsinki song, Art at
Yes,
Races,
I
I think.
do. Heart of Races is a banger.
Uh-huh. Yeah. I think that's one of those bands where you could pretty much throw in any other songs and you're gonna have a good fight.
I dig it. I feel like I'm trying. I can't pick a song by the Struts because they all get me so amped. Like, I can't pick one.
What's that one that I'm thinking of?
Is it
Read my
one?
mind.
Uh, is it One Night Only?
No. Could have been me.
Here's the thing. I feel like that is one of their most overhyped songs, in my personal
Huh.
opinion. Like, I love it. I love absolutely everything the Struts have ever put out, but like, that's like probably the only one that's really made it like on the radio, and it's, in my
Huh?
personal opinion, not the absolute best that they can do. Is it awesome? Yes, absolutely. Is it their absolute best work? Eh. Personally, I would say if I'm adding a Strut song, it's either In Love with a Camera or Tatler Magazine. Because God, those both fuck so hard. But I think I'm going to lean a little more towards In Love with a Camera. So I'm going to do that.
I haven't added any songs by my two favorite bands, and I'm having difficulty choosing because I feel like
Mm.
one of them, I need one from each at least. But how do
Actually,
you
you know what?
choose?
No. I lied. It's going to be Fire by the Struts. How do I remove? Remove from this playlist. There it is.
So I technically I have like in my head a two-way tie of favorite
Is this
bands.
anything I'm going to be able to help with, like, at all? Do I have any context, or am I just going to be going from vibes alone?
Yeah, I don't think I think I've maybe put a song on a playlist that we have together by song by Los Campesinos.
I am aware of their existence. You have definitely showed me some of their songs. Please continue.
I was gonna say, so I'm like trying to pick one of theirs,
Hmm.
and I'm having difficulty. But I'm gonna go ahead, pop that one on there.
Yeah, I've heard that
Mostly
one.
because that was their first song that I ever heard
Nice.
from their first album, and it just I was in love immediately.
As you should be. I could fight God to heat above.
I wondered about that.
I
Yeah,
don't care if it's
I
if
came across
people are gonna be all salty about like it being basic now. That song goes so hard.
it's basic.
I feel like there's definitely a school of people who would say that it is,
Okay, interesting.
but I just don't care, man.
Man, my other favorite band is a band called the Lawrence Arms.
You have also
It's,
mentioned them before.
yeah, and it's like it's so hard because some of these bands have been around for so long that they have so many albums and there's so many.
Yeah,
But I'm definitely gonna go with a song from their last album, I think.
solid. Fun.
Yeah, that song very much gets me amped up.
What do we think? Do we think this is a solid playlist, or do we think we're missing it? Are we missing anything? Let's put it that way.
I think there's like one song on here that most people would know.
Actually, I can think of another one that a lot of people might know that definitely gets me super amped. Teenagers, also by My
Okay,
Chemical Romance.
yeah.
Hello. That song makes me want to burn down a police station, but like in a
It
good
do
way.
scare the living shit out of me. Oh,
Yeah, anything else?
I realized I said that I was gonna put one of their songs on here, and then I forgot. The Color and Sound.
Oh yeah. Um,
Yeah,
this seems solid to me. I think we
yeah,
would be undefeatable with this playlist going,
yeah.
and I think we deserve
Mm-hmm.
that. So yeah, if you feel like fighting God, here's a playlist for you. I will link that in the description for everybody. I think we did a good job.
Yeah,
I'm gonna say that we did, because.
yeah.
And I should end the stream. There we go. Oh, I'm gonna regret asking this like I do every single week, but you got any concluding thoughts for us, bestie?
That's why I was gonna pretend that I was prepared to say that talk about running tights at the beginning, but I wasn't. I thought of that in the moment, and I was gonna be like, "Oh, I already thought of a thing, but I already used it," or something. Soup and hiding.
Soup and hiding, indeed. Before we started recording, Brooke spilled a shit ton of soup in her kitchen,
Dude,
and it went absolutely everywhere, including into her cabinets and clean dishes. And now there's probably some soup in hiding,
oh my god,
still
yeah.
in her kitchen somewhere.
I just made that soup.
But I didn't start recording when you joined the video call until after you had talked about your little soup mishap. So we didn't get to share that with you,
Yeah,
with the people.
that was a little unfortunate.
But yeah, that happened.
Yeah, I feel like
And
that
now you
happens
know.
sometimes. We're too entertaining it before you actually start recording and it's like, oh, oops.
Which is why I have the bonus rambles as a thing on our Patreon that nobody subscribes to. But like, even then, even though like some of it does get posted, some of it just doesn't get recorded, which is really sad. But that's why, and I know this used to get you all the time. That's why like 99% of the time I just already have the screen recorder running when you log onto the call, because sometimes people turn up and the first thing out of their mouth is hilarious. And like I don't want to miss that.
Yeah. Thus, such was today.
Such was today, and that's why 99% of the time I have my screen recorder running before I even join the call myself. So there's a
And
fun little insight into the production of our wonderful weekly disaster.
yeah. And that was just after the soup catastrophe, so I was still like flustered.
Also, I think this might be the third week in a row that I've worn a ghost shirt.
Think you might be right.
I'm I like I don't think you know what you are walking into
I have
like
earbuds.
this weekend.
Yeah.
Like, here's the thing. Every time I get really into something, I talk big game and I'm like, "Oh, this is the most unhinged I've ever been." I don't know, man. This is a lot, and I am so sorry for the amount of ghosts that you're probably going to hear this weekend.
I have earbuds. If I start to lose my mind.
Yeah, I'm gonna end with I hate me too. I too am tired of my own bullshit, but ain't that just the way? Alright, as always, thank you for fighting with us, friends. We appreciate each and every single one of you, and we will be back again next week. Adios. This week's episode of the Fighting with Friends podcast was hosted by Bridget Kelly and Dr. Sarah Brooks. You can find other episodes of the podcast on YouTube, iTunes, Spotify, or your other favorite listening platform. Follow us on Twitter at BridgetKelly98 and at AndSarahSaid. Rate and review us on your podcatcher of choice. Like, comment, and subscribe to us on YouTube. Follow us on Twitch and Facebook, and join our Discord community using the links in the description. You can also help support us via the Acast supporter feature, or consider donating to our Patreon for early access to episodes and fun bonus content. Thanks for listening!